Well, when I was just doing gigs, just me, it obviously kind of like a struggle to, as soon as they wanted more like lighting or something, sometimes I could depend on, some other people. They're like, oh, well, we can get someone to bring stuff in for you. Or, you know, it's kind of, it's a lot to get together, So I really didn't have anything to offer. And then, we met up and just started simple with like bringing in lights. And I was like, oh, now I have someone I can depend on, you know, that I can be like, it's almost like I have lights. Now I'm doing gigs and I'm like, yeah, I usually only do gigs with lights. And, you just need a little bit more. And I started my own little packages through you guys. And now I do a show and I can do a huge show. It can be a tiny show. That's what's so cool about you guys, because you're like, I'm like, man, I've just got this little house party, and you're like, cool. And then I'm like, oh, I got this, 6-hour long party in a gym, and I need staging, and then you're like, cool. It's like you can do all those things, and I get super psyched that you're not like, that job's a little small, Krush, we're kind of busy. You don't do that. And it's made a huge difference for me being able to spin a lot of different kinds of things. And then, of course, you guys do some direction as well and push things to be like cooler. Like let's see if we can get the fogger onto this budget. And I think if we, like the Joel drawings are always so awesome. You get to see what it looks like, and I send that to the client, and they're like, "Oh, I like this drawing." My main thing about you guys is that you're cool, easy to talk to, like you actually care. You're not like just like, oh yeah, man, just give them the can lights and let's get out of here. A lot of people are like that, and it just sucks. Mm-hmm. So you get, you guys, and it's like, you just call up, get stuff done. Being a DJ, it's just me, and you only have the sound that you're the songs of you're playing. I mean, you got to know the right songs, but you could play the right songs, and if it doesn't make that impact to the audience, you need that thump, and you need to be able to hear it, and just not struggle sound. You know what I mean? Like, I used to bring in a lot of my own little stuff, and it's like, maxing out, and they say, make it louder, and I'm like, oh, I can't. But being able to depend on you guys with the subs and the bigger systems, and like when you crank it up, it's just like this, banging, you play some Skrillex on there, it's just like this. It sounds like the monster. I did that prom last week, and I played that one Sprites and Monsters remix or something by Skrillex, and I was just like, this is kind of scaring me. It's like, for people that want the video, it's just amazing. I feel like I'm part of your team, that I can just call up and be like, we need a 27-foot screen, and they want it all battened off or whatever you call it, and you're just like, right on. So I can just be like, you want this? We got video, we got sound, and it just like sounds like I got all this stuff in my house. Before like a high school job, I meet, with them and discuss their ideas and stuff, and it's no problem for me to be like, well, we could do this or we could do that. And you know, I'm like, I don't have to do like what you're saying. I don't have to be like, oh, let me call these guys, or maybe you should contact them. I don't really know. You let me come see all the stuff you got. You know, I've got all these options. I've got budgets, you know, because I mean, realistic, everyone's got so much, and you're not like bummed when I'm like, man, I got this little job. You're just like, cool. One of the biggest things too is that I can concentrate on what I'm going to be playing instead of, oh, I got to set all this stuff up, and oh, I don't even have the right wires. I mean, you know, you could be like, yeah, I'm going to get all my own equipment, and it's like, I don't want to do that. I want the guys that know how to run equipment do that job. You know, it costs a little bit to do that, but it's like, it just makes all the difference. You're not like bringing up your silly little PV stuff from '85 and your little powered speakers on sticks. It's just, that's not cutting it. You know, that's not what people should be paying for. You know, so that's what I look at with the sound. I don't have the capability to, I go crazy. You know, where am I going to put all that stuff? In my car and walk it in and out of the house every time I have a job? That's not happening.